Hello everyone! Ever experienced being a Roger and being told your tune decreases main twisted chances? If you have, you must know that is completely false. So in today's video, I will be covering most of these misconceptions you may have heard around. But before we get into it, shout out to this kind user for this video idea. Lastly, thank you so much for 450 subs. I literally gained 100 thanks to you guys. Back to the video, let's start with one of the most false claims. Like mentioned at the start of the video, Roger, nor any tune does not decrease main twisted chances. Neither does any items like gumballs or event currency. Another, buying from Dandy doesn't increase main chances. Buying from Dandy doesn't affect main chances, but rather affects twisted Dandy spawn rates. Ignoring Dandy for a certain amount of time, the minimum being 3, will increase his spawn chances. Buying from Dandy will reset that chance. To conclude this point, main chances only increase the higher floors you go, meaning it maintains if you buy from Dandy. Another misconception I see is the methods of getting twisted research. To make this section brief, you only get research in 2 ways with 1 extra method. The first way is simply to go up to your fellow Twisted and aggro them 1 time. You won't get more research by letting them see you more than once. And never do this if there is a distractor doing their job. If there is a distractor, ask them to try and drop them off near the elevator and get your research there. The second way is by research capsules, those black glass jars you see around the floor with rings around the middle. Picking up one of those gives you 1% research on a Twisted. You can usually get around 2% research for a specific Twisted each floor. Beware of capsules without rings in the middle, as those belong to Twisted Roger, as you can see on the gameplay here. The last method of receiving research requires you to use a specific tune, Roger. In summary, Roger provides 2 times more the research you get as a normal tune, meaning you get 10% by being seen and 2% by capsules. Wrapping it up, you cannot get more research by getting hurt or dying. There are absolutely no advantages to getting damaged in this game. This section will be short as I will not be naming any of these channels, just bringing awareness towards them. For short, there are channels talking about upcoming tunes or updates that Quell herself never mentioned anything about. Some of them even talk about codes that are made up or are expired. The only codes I receive are from the Blush Crunch Discord server. These channels usually have exaggerated thumbnails that are meant to attract children. I saw one of these, and the way these channels actually have a good amount of subscribers and likes are insane. In my opinion, the only way to not get clickbaited is just following the right content creators or just check the Blush Crunch server for updates yourself. I am also going to keep this section short, as the creator of this myth has already apologized. Basically, if you said Soushin and the sparkle according to how many players you have in your lobby, item and main chance luck increases. Now surely no one believed this silly little joke, right? I tell you, this was extremely popular to do. What may have caused this to spread belief was probably a placebo effect, meaning you think something's happening when it isn't. Exactly, people were actually getting mains and good items after saying Soushin, but it obviously doesn't work. Honestly, saying it just makes you look like an idiot if you're in public runs. But most people don't even know that Soushin is a dark ship between Su and Shin in a game called Your Turn to Die. I won't be explaining about the game because you can search about it yourself. But basically, Soushin features abuse and manipulation, which I'm sure most of the Dandy's World fanbase who are children don't even know about. Not like I blame them. I fell for free Robux scams back in the day as a kid. But again, the creator already apologized and explained that it was a joke and they didn't think it would cause this. To end the video, I'm going to talk about something that isn't game related, but the community. I'm going to separate this into 3 parts. I've seen way too many people telling me I can't ship Reflective Detective because it's incestuous. So here's all the canon family relationships of the characters. Here are the Fanon ones. Shocker, Toodles only sees Roger as a father figure. He isn't her actual father. Short section, honestly. As we know, no ships are canon in this game. And we all know not to ship Toodles or Pebble Cole with anyone, right? I'm not even going to get into that. But any ship is okay as all Toons are adults except Toodles. Pebble and Cole are pet dogs, so you shouldn't be shipping them either. Oh, and lastly, please don't harass people with your ships in the game unless they don't mind you. I'm paranoid with Cosmos, as Sprout because you're all freaky. Another short section, but honestly some of these piss me off. Some of my favorite Toons in the game turn into twink femboys. Or the opposite where they turn into dominant daddy alphas. No, because tell me why you made Sprout. An overprotective friend who wants to help his friends. A freaky gooner who drops his pants whenever he sees Cosmo. Please, it's literally a strawberry. And with one of my comfort characters because I relate to them a lot, Glisten. Yes, he is a femboy, which means he is a feminine boy. But do you have to over-exaggerate on the femboy part and downplay his insecurities? I honestly love his obsession with perfection because I am the same, and seeing people downplay that is kinda disappointing. And don't get me started with Cosmo mischaracterization. I think it's fine if you make an existing character more feminine, but to the point where you make Cosmo wear all pink and look like a child. And there comes Shelly, where she is often made to look constantly depressed because she is ignored. I hope people are aware that most people with depression mask it in front of others. And you can see it when Shelly uses exclamation points in her conversations. Not a hate comment, but it just feels unrealistic. Another one of my favorite Toons, Astro. I see that people make his outfit too revealing, honestly. It ain't that hard to make the blanket longer. I understand some blankets are short, but you don't need to make it where half of Astro's ass is visible. And finally, Dandy being evil and some mastermind, I have mixed opinions. If it's your headcanon, I totally respect you. We have an arranged marriage per JK. But if you're trying to mislead others and hate Dandy for that reason, I don't FW. But again, this is opinion-based, so feel free to think whatever of any of the Toons. But don't impose those ideas on other people. And importantly, don't say it's canon. Thank you if you listened through the whole video. Gratitude towards the shout out of this video again. Have a good day and let me know of any new video ideas. See you next time.